guys, it's Amber. So, I'm sure as y'all know, it's May. And usually in the art community, May usually means mermaid, where everyone draws mermaids. I try to draw a mermaid at least once in the month of May, over the last couple years, only I just haven't done that recently. I don't know why, but I figured, today's a good time to just maybe draw some mermaids, figure something out. And I have a cool plan that I kind of want to do, because I've been seeing some really fun bus shots with flowers, and I think I might want to try and do that. I don't know. We'll see what happens. See where everything goes, and have a little fun. So starting off, I just decided to sort of take a ruler and line the whole page, dividing it into 4s. My intentions were to actually draw 4 mermaids, possibly 5. Unfortunately, I got a little strapped for time, making it a little hard for me to do that. So, we only got 2 this video. But, yeah. That's okay. I might make the others later on in the future. Well, I'll just have to see. Also, quick thing, if you guys hear some fans, I'm sorry, it's been hot, and humid, so we got a lot of fans and air conditioning going on here. So, yeah, in case you guys hear background noise, sorry about that. It's the best we can do. So, for these mermaid drawings, I thought I'd just go and make my favorite mermaids ever, which are 4 sisters that I have, and like I said, I only made 2 of them to start off with. So, starting here, I'm drawing the eldest sister, known as Pearl, and she is the first mermaid, of my own that I created. And all these mermaids are from my comic Lost Memories. She actually shows up a little bit along with her sister, who I will be drawing later, which is known as Star. So yeah, here I'm just getting her form, figuring out what I want to do with her. I will say these drawings are, like I said earlier in the intro, these drawings are very loosely based on some drawings I've seen lately, which involves portraits. Like, I saw this one on Facebook where they did Sailor Moon and they had flowers kind of like on the bottom and caressing them a little bit. But this is very loosely based off of those ideas, because I don't know where I went. I just ended up deciding I wanted to draw mermaids because it's Mermaid, and why not draw my own characters? Because why not? I love my mermaid girls. I love Pearl's fierce attitude. She's got a little bit of anger issues. She doesn't like a lot of people, so that's why she's always got this angry look. She's got to be protective of her younger siblings. And, if you look at her wrong, or anyone in her family wrong, she's gonna mess you up. So, yeah. But, going off of the whole idea of what I had based this off of, actually kind of twisted into, adding mermaids, I thought, well, why not add sea, coral and stuff, plants, give them each a little plant next to them. I don't know. I don't know what I was doing. I just sort of went with it. I decided to draw my mermaids and add, little plants here or there, and it just became their own little scenes, and I'm all for it. This still fits in Mermaid, in my opinion, even if you can't see their tails, because my mermaids aren't like a lot of normal mermaids, where you have normal skin and faces and everything, and nothing extra on the upper torso, like the torso up to the head, and then it's just added fishtail. It's not like that. My mermaids have fishtails, yes, but they also have this weird skin. Their skin is the exact same color as their tail typically, unless they've got different patterns. And they're not necessarily always colored to look like a normal fish. They just have they have their own colors. For instance, like with my mermaids here, they all are shades of pink or red in some cases. So, yeah. Which, you know what? I like that. It's cool. I also, as you can see, I make sure that they each have their like fins for ears. They have extra appendages on their arms. Some have fins, or like some have spikes, as you'll see later. That's just how I make them. Here you can see I'm actually drawing some coral. I believe it's coral. I really don't know. I was just looking on Pinterest for sea life, like sea plants, and I saw this thing, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna draw that. And I did. Like, I drew it loosely, like what it was, and I'm like, yeah, I like it. It's cool. It's fun. And it kind of helped to eliminate some of that white space there, but also still keeping some white space. For this drawing, I actually went a little different than I normally would in how I line my pieces. I went through the same process of taking a colored pencil and just like erasing it lightly. But this time I decided, you know, what if instead of just having a black outline like I normally do, what if I use some of my marker, like my colored pens that I have, as you can see, and just sort of line them that way. So with Pearl, she's got a very light pink, like a kind of a palish pink. So I decided to line her out with a pale pink, minus her eyes, nose, and lips, of course. I felt those needed to be dark and black to sort of make her face pop a little more. And I'm glad I did that. This was kind of fun. I've seen other people do this. I just never really did it. And I thought, why not try it? I was just deciding I'd experiment with these little portraitures. You may notice that I've got a bunch of lines on Pearl's face, and that's because she actually has burn marks or some sort of scars from her past, and so her skin's damaged. It's sad, but true. And she's also got some of her fins are a little busted up. They've got holes and things because she's seen a lot of stuff, which is why she's not very kind and very protective of her younger siblings, because she doesn't want them to get hurt. And being the eldest, you gotta keep your family safe, kind of deal. I decided I was gonna color the entire images, give them their own little scenes at this point. Like I said, I really didn't know what I was doing. I thought originally I'd do pencils, but then I thought, you know, what if I just went in with markers and then added pencil on top? And that's sort of what I did. Though not as much pencil as I had thought I would do. So I just took all my markers that I typically have lying around. I have a wide array, as I'm sure I've mentioned in some of my previous videos. For this water, I just took a Bic. I took a Bic pen, and just to get the right color. And I took a nice red marker for the coral, and I liked it. And another, like I said, the light pink for her skin. There's nothing really too much to say about it. I just sort of let it go. I just sort of let go and made everything. I like it though. I really do like how it came out. It was very fun and experimental for myself, and I enjoyed that. You may notice that you might see on those fins where there's like a sheen. I tried my best to keep her fins sort of white, like the very see-through part between the spikier bits. With my mermaids, another thing to mention is that they do have a human form. So you may have seen in my comic, if you've read it, some of my mermaids there, like I said, Pearl and Star, in the background of one of them, and their hair is actually pink instead of their skin. And that's because in my world magic that I have for Lost Memories is that their color scheme actually flips when they go into a human form. So if you've got pink skin as a mermaid, and your hair's white, like Pearl is, it's gonna flip to where you have white skin and pink hair. If your eyes are white, they're gonna be pink, which is why her eyes are white, and so on. And she's just very pink and white. That's the whole color scheme for all of them, just varying shades, of course. Here I decided to go in with a blue pencil. I did try a pink, thinking I was going to use that to help with it, but in the end I didn't like it. It wasn't really showing up well. So I thought, you know, what if I just went with blue, because she's underwater, and did everything. And honestly, I gotta say, I like it. It helped bring a little bit of shading and without having to do too much. And I think it looks pretty good. I wouldn't say her face shading is that great. I really need to learn how to create shadows and lighting, but, you know, I did my best, and I do like it, though. I really do. Though, I think her face is a little too pudgy. A little more pudgy than I normally would be for her. So, that's just a drawing mistake on my part, but it happens. I've got to learn angles of faces and bodies, so... learning process, but I enjoyed it. And then just to make it look like she does have some scar tissue, I brought some more lines with that blue pencil there. Felt that helped a little bit. Just to make it look more like marks and burns or something. And I don't know, it really looks like she got filleted. You know, if you ever look at fish like salmon, it almost makes you look at like she's got salmon on her skin, which I guess makes sense. I don't know. I like it though. I think I did okay on those scars and the shading and everything. And then just to darken up that background a little bit, give it a little more motion, I went in very lightly, and then I just drew all the bubbles. And then I came in with a white Posca pen, a very small one, and I just added some highlights to those bubbles and everything else, to her eyes, the coral, her skin. I wanted it to look a little more shiny, like, you know, there's light glistening somewhere. Again, whether it's good lighting, that's another thing to be said, but I tried my best. And then after finishing up Pearl, I moved on to Star, Star is the second eldest child of the Mermaid sisters. Honestly, I don't even know if they have a last name. I just call them the Mermaid sisters. Well, technically she's the third eldest, but she is the second eldest daughter, I should say. Because they do have another sibling they do have a brother who's older, but we're not going to get into that today. So, with Star, she, unlike Pearl, who is very protective and brash, you know, she just doesn't care for a lot of people, except for her family, and she'll stare you down and hunt you down if she has to, kind of attitude. Star is more of a shy girl. She's very shy. Think of, like, if you know My Little Pony, think of Fluttershy. She was kind of loosely based off Fluttershy in her demeanor, and I'm all for it because it just works. She's the shy sister, very sweet and innocent, of course, but she likes to keep to herself a little bit. She's actually loosely based off of Starfish. I can't tell you what Pearl is based off of because I don't even remember. I think I just made it up, and then I thought she needed siblings, and so I just added a bunch more siblings to her. But yeah, I went for the same process as I did for Pearl in this little drawing, except I went for a blue pen this time, and I decided to have like Star kind of hiding behind the seaweed, like maybe someone found her behind the seaweed and she's like, oh no, it's like, oh, okay, hi, kind of deal. So, one of the things I really do like about Star, though, especially with her design, is that she has 4 pigtails. It's kind of cute and a little different, but I like it. I think it works. Except it doesn't work that well underwater. So, what can you do? It's a little awkward. Here, though, you can see I'm taking a giant marker. This was the only marker I had that was very similar to her color scheme. And I'm just sort of like lighting the tips because Star has like hair that kind of, like when she's in a human form, her hair goes from pink to white. So when she's a mermaid, it does the opposite, where it goes white to pink. And of course she's got primarily like pinkish reddish skin, but she has a belly, so she's got a white belly. And she's got, as you can see, little like spikes that sort of like resembles the starfish. Like I said, it's very loosely, it's inspired by a starfish, but it doesn't mean she looks like a starfish necessarily. And I'm sure, as you guessed it, her name being Star is because she's based off a starfish. And I am totally unoriginal when it comes to any names. So, yeah, I am terrible with them. And if I can get away with just doing a stupid name, I'm going to do it. Golly, I will give them the stupidest name I can. For this little scene, though, I decided to, like I said, go with the seaweed. And when I was looking up images of seaweed, I noticed they were really like in darker, murkier areas. And I thought, this kind of worked. And so what I did is I took very blue-green colors for the background, having like the green for the seaweed, of course, and then like a bluish green water color, and then coming in later on with a blue-green pencil to sort of add the shading, because at this point I sort of learned, let's just stick with one color. I don't need to use a lot of pencils, so might as well just use the one blue-green pencil and shade everything with it. And I think it worked. Yeah, I would say the one thing I was a little surprised about with this, that I did it for some reason, is the fact that I gave her abs, which I never do, really. But when I think about it, her having abs kind of makes sense, and it kind of worked with the way her body was forming, because, these are very active characters. They have to be active. They would have some muscle, and everything, because, they have to fight to not only protect themselves, but others, and when you're swimming that much, you're gonna have muscles. I mean, it's only logical that they would have some sort of, like, stomach muscles. So, yeah. That's just sort of how it goes. And no, they do not wear clothing underwater. Why would they do that? They're fish people. That's stupid. So, yes, they do not have anything covering their busty areas. Except for scales. Just thought I'd mention that in case anyone was wondering. And no, I will not clothe them. Not unless they're on land. That's the only place they need to be wearing clothes. Other than that, I'm going to let you guys go for the rest of this, because there isn't much else to say. It's just the same thing. Very cute. Went in with the white Posca at the end, like usual. And I'll come back with a few more words after a bit here. Okay, so it's the end of the day, and while I want to finish this, and I probably will finish this piece at some point, at least making 2 other mermaids, just because I want to, whether I do it on camera or, just post it, I don't know. I don't feel I can do that today, and I really would like to get this video out this week, so unfortunately, we're only going to do 2 in this video, but you know what? If we could get up to 5 likes, I will videotape the process of the other 2, and I will make sure to put that out as soon as I possibly can. So, if you want to see me make 2 more mermaids on this page, or maybe even some more mermaids in general, like this, I need to get at least 5 likes. So hit that like button. And while you're at it, why not hit that subscribe button? And tell me down below which of these 2 mermaids is your favorite one. Because honestly, I'm loving all of it. I'm here for both of them. They're so cute. I love these girls. They're so sweet. But yeah, on that note, as usual, you guys can find me on Facebook, Tumblr, Ko-fi, and Twitter. I do have all the links down in the description below. And I'll have videos somewhere up here so you guys can see them. And as usual, I hope you guys have a fun and inspirational week. And I'll catch you guys all next time. Bye!